Boss fights are where legends are made, or broken. These epic encounters are the ultimate tests of skill, demanding perfect timing, razor-sharp focus, and sometimes a little bit of luck. They've frustrated players, shattered controllers, and left us all questioning our abilities. Yet we keep coming back for more. In this video, we're counting down the 10 hardest boss fights in gaming history. So, brace yourself for an adrenaline-packed journey through some of the toughest challenges ever created. When it comes to punishing boss fights, Malenia in Elden Ring stands tall as one of the most infamous. This hauntingly elegant warrior isn't just a test of your combat skills. She's a test of your patience and resilience. Malenia is unique, with her unnervingly calm demeanor contrasting the sheer brutality of her attacks. Her signature move, the waterfowl dance, is a flurry of slashes so fast and relentless that even seasoned players struggle to survive it. But what truly sets her apart is her lifesteal mechanic. Every successful hit she lands heals her, meaning even minor mistakes can prolong the fight. Malenia's two-phase battle becomes even more intense when she transforms in her second phase, donning butterfly-like wings and unleashing devastating rot-based area attacks. Every moment of this fight demands precision, dodging, positioning, and carefully timing your attacks.
The sisters said you would come.
Imlerith, a general of the Wild Hunt in The Witcher 3, is one of the most formidable bosses in the game. This hulking warrior combines a massive mace with a variety of powerful attacks, including area of effect spells and fast, brutal strikes. What makes Imlerith particularly challenging is his combination of strength and agility. He can deal devastating blows in close combat while also using magic to strike from a distance. His attacks are punishing, and his aggressive nature forces you to stay on the move. The battle takes place in a claustrophobic arena, leaving you with little room to maneuver and making dodging and blocking crucial to your survival. Imlerith's fight stands out as one of the most satisfying moments in The Witcher 3, requiring not just strength but strategy and patience to overcome. In the whimsical yet nightmarish world of Cuphead, King Dice stands as the ultimate test of player endurance. He isn't just one boss, he's a gauntlet of mini-bosses, each more challenging than the last. Before you even face him, you'll need to endure a long series of randomly selected fights, each demanding you learn new strategies and adapt on the fly. King Dice himself is a master of cards, using them to summon various minions, and each of his attacks forces you to juggle evasion and offense with precision. One wrong move and you'll be sent back to the beginning of the entire sequence. This fight is about more than just fighting. It's a test of how well you can adapt to the chaos of constantly shifting threats. By the time you face King Dice's final form, your hands will be shaking and your nerves will be tested to the extreme. Sekiro is known for its unrelenting difficulty, and Ishin, the Sword Saint, stands as the pinnacle of that challenge. This final battle is a test of everything you've learned throughout the game. Perfect deflections, aggressive counterattacks, and mastering the posture system. Ishin's 4 distinct phases, each with unique moves and mechanics, keep you on the edge of your seat. In the first phase, he uses his katana with speed and precision, forcing you to constantly block and parry. In the second, he adds his spear, and suddenly, you're fighting at range as well as up close. The third phase introduces deadly fire attacks, while the final phase tests your endurance and adaptability, with Ishin pulling out a lightning-fast swordplay that can end you with just one slip-up. This is a true battle of patience and skill, and a moment that makes you feel like you've truly earned your victory when you finally topple the Master Swordsman. Hollow Knight is no stranger to tough battles, but when it comes to a true test of skill, Absolute Radiance is the epitome of punishing boss design. As the final boss of the game's Godmaster DLC, she brings an intense combination of bullet hell mechanics and platforming precision. Throughout the fight, Absolute Radiance uses a wide array of devastating attacks. Fiery projectiles, beams of light, and the ability to summon enemies, all while shifting the arena itself. Players are forced to stay mobile, dodge projectiles, and find the briefest windows to strike. Every hit from Absolute Radiance feels like a punch to the gut, especially with the difficulty of surviving through her relentless onslaught. What makes this fight so memorable is the mental fatigue it induces. There's no room to relax, no safe space, just a constant battle to stay alive until she finally falls. In Final Fantasy VII Remake, the Pride and Joy prototype stands out as one of the hardest optional bosses. Found in the secret VR missions, this massive mechanical behemoth is a brutal challenge for any player. The boss has an enormous health pool, and its attacks come at you with relentless force, including powerful lasers, electrical blasts, and massive ground-shaking stomps.
It's your turn now.
Watch this.
Go on.
The battle tests every aspect of the game's combat system, timing, dodging, and perfecting your character's abilities. The fight is long, punishing, and demands that you constantly adapt to its ever-evolving moveset. It's not just about attacking, it's about using your resources wisely and managing your team's stamina to ensure you don't get overwhelmed. When you finally bring the Pride and Joy prototype down, it feels like you've conquered one of the hardest challenges in Final Fantasy history. In God of War, Sigrun is the ultimate challenge for players looking to test their combat skills. As the Valkyrie Queen, she combines all of the moves of the other Valkyries, making her one of the hardest bosses in the game. Her attacks are lightning fast, and she uses a combination of aerial strikes, unblockable blows, and devastating combos that can overwhelm even the most skilled players. What sets this battle apart is the sheer speed and precision required to avoid her attacks. Every move, every dodge, and every counterattack must be executed with near-perfect timing. It's a grueling, multi-phase fight that punishes mistakes while rewarding skillful play. When you finally defeat Sigrun, it's a moment of pure triumph, cementing her as one of the hardest and most rewarding bosses in action games. Devil May Cry 3 takes stylish combat to its peak, and Virgil, Dante's twin brother, is the ultimate test for any player. The fight against Virgil is a fast-paced duel that challenges both your reflexes and your mastery of the game's combat mechanics. He's relentless, using quick slashes, teleportation, and powerful counterattacks that demand perfect timing. Each phase of the fight ramps up in difficulty, forcing you to constantly adapt to his new abilities. Virgil isn't just fast, he's smart, using a combination of offense and defense that requires you to think on your feet. The fight is a true test of your ability to read your opponent's moves, and the reward of victory is the satisfaction of defeating one of the most difficult bosses in gaming. Dark Souls is synonymous with tough boss fights, and both the Nameless King and the duo of Ornstein and Smaug are legendary in their difficulty. The Nameless King stands as one of the most iconic bosses in the series, with a fight that feels like a battle against the very gods. His first phase pits you against him while he's riding a massive storm dragon, throwing lightning and devastating attacks. The second phase transforms the fight into a one-on-one duel with the Nameless King himself, who wields a massive spear and can summon deadly electric attacks. The Ornstein and Smaug fight, on the other hand, is one of the toughest duo encounters in gaming history. Ornstein is fast while Smaug is slow but incredibly powerful. Managing both at once requires perfect timing and positioning. Both these fights embody what Dark Souls is known for, pushing players to their limits with a mix of strategy, patience, and raw skill. Bloodborne is known for its challenging bosses, but none are as cruel and relentless as the Orphan of Kos. This monstrous, emaciated creature is a product of the game's darkest lore, and the fight with it is an emotional and physical gauntlet. Found in the Old Hunters DLC, the Orphan attacks with erratic, lightning-fast movements, making it difficult to track and counter. What sets this boss apart is how quickly it can transition between attacks, each one more punishing than the last. The arena itself is a challenge, with obstacles that limit your movement, forcing you to stay on your toes at all times. The second phase of the fight escalates things further, with the Orphan becoming even more aggressive and unpredictable. Surviving this fight requires nerves of steel and quick reflexes, making it one of the hardest and most memorable boss encounters in Bloodborne. These were 10 of the hardest boss fights in gaming, each one a testament to patience, skill, and sometimes sheer stubborn determination. These battles pushed us to the brink, forcing us to learn, adapt, and improve with every defeat. But that's what makes them so memorable. These aren't just fights, they're moments that test what we're made of as gamers. Which boss fight made you rage quit? Or which one left you with a feeling of triumph you'll never forget? Share your stories in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Nerds Games for more gaming content, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next adventure. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time, hopefully not still stuck on a boss fight.